in law, is the Abuja Municipal Area Council a local government? Would you say AMAC?
Really, AMAC is not a local government per se. The man that has been given the assignment, the FCT minister, cannot on his own be delegate. No, delegatus, not for delegate. You cannot delegate what has been delegated when we say local government, but acts, whatever is inside. If you feel that the market will not cost is so. Fundamental right now to afford it. They have its reasons. In this, the confusion in this issue is that we really don't know who is the accuser, who is the judge, who is the prosecutor. Jubril raised the issue of the house was defensive.
Hello there and welcome once again to our program Legally Speaking, a program in which we look at power, policies and politics from the eyes of the law. My name is Chijioke Kanu. I am your regular anchor. Today we are going to talk about the lawfulness or otherwise of the executive order issued by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I have my guests in the studios. I will introduce you to them and we'll get down to discussion. We'll return from this break. Don't go anywhere. If you are just joining us, this is Legally Speaking. And as I promised before that short break, that I'm going to introduce you to my guest. I am about to fulfill that promise right away. I have with me two gentlemen in the studios. My immediate right is my regular guest, Prince Al Okoma. It's a pleasure having you. And my far right is also a legal practitioner in Abuja, Mr. Henry Hanacho. It's my pleasure. Thank you. Gentlemen, we have a duty to discharge on this episode. This duty is to look at the executive orders recently issued by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria from the eyes of the law. It is not news that the President has issued executive orders. And part of that order, or the main thrust of that order, is that he has power or is to seize any property that the owner appear to him to be a looter or somebody who have gotten money illegitimately. That is the totality of the provision of that order. But I want us to go about it this way. Where is the position of executive order in our law? Let me start from you.
Thank you very much. Executive orders are there only to support existing laws. They are orders. They are not laws. They are not even rules, but they are orders. If you remember quite well, this is the sixth one. 3 of them were done by the acting president of Sibajo. Yes, but his own was to support the constitution. So, executive orders are there in our laws, but they are to follow the law. So, it's there in our laws, but they are to follow the law.
To follow the law. Well, Henry, this fight against corruption, this complaint about lopsidedness of the fight, is it the right time to issue an order to take somebody's property on suspicion?
My position on this is we have enough agencies like EFCC, ICPC.
Yes.
The provision is already there. Okay. But I think the problem there is the people in this position of authorities are more competent to do what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
If it is the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, speedy trials. Speedy trials. If you feel a property is as a result, somebody acquires a property,
it's a result of fraud or something.
Good. The FCC is there to do their job. After investigation, they take it to court. If they are serious, you are sure of what you're doing, within 6 months, you can still get the same result. Because this affects people's fundamental human rights.
All right. Let's leave it there. The way the order sounds, the power to confiscate or seize a property of a suspected looter or fraudulent property acquired fraudulently. What does it portend to issues of right to fair hearing, for instance?
Like Henry said,
Yes.
you have laws already made to pursue these cases. Is that clear?
Yes.
So, an order, if you look at this order very well, he said, notwithstanding, that is how it started, notwithstanding
The position.
of, that means there are laws already.
Yes.
There are laws, like constitution is there.
He was trying to jump.
Fair hearing right is
Yes.
there. Everything.
He said
Notwithstanding, that's where how the law started.
No.
And then 150 names were mentioned. And this is where Nigeria don't know. 150 names were mentioned in that law.
It's not
In that which is wrong. You don't make a law for an individual.
It's not possible.
It's not possible. So, you know, even before ICPC and EFCC, this code is there.
The code, sir.
Penal code, criminal code, and now the agency is also there. So, these are the people that will find out. When you suspect, come to your question. When you suspect, it doesn't mean anything because the Nigerian law makes it acquisitorial. It's not inquisitorial. When you suspect, you leave until the court pronounce on him. And which is in ICPC and in all our law. When the court pronounces, then you classificate. Because that one, the law has said so. Because the court interprets the law.
Yeah, but before these executive orders, there is this procedure where EFCC seal properties. I saw one the other day near my place there. They say keep off EFCC, and I assume that those properties are in respect to issues that are before the competent court of law. It seemed to me that it won't be right. So, if the executive order is saying notwithstanding, Henry, it means that he's trying to jump a roadblock.
Yes, that is precisely what we are saying. You see, that is why all over people tend to interpret this action as victimization of political opponents. Like I earlier stated, if this administration is interested in fighting corruption, already, for example, EFCC has identified some properties that are suspected as the bedrock of fraud, loot. Good. What I expected them to do is to encourage the courts to give speedy trials. It will still achieve the same results.
Prince, speedy trial should be in court because the constitution gives the defense adequate time and facility. Adequate time. You know, before you answer the question, when was the guy in the federal high court, Ademola, was tried, it was less than 6 months, and the press went agog that the judiciary protecting themselves, that the speed is inordinate. I said no. I was on TV at ITV. I was on TV on that morning. I said no. The prosecution can never complain of time because before he comes to court, it's assumed that he has concluded his investigation.
Very well, yes.
The people that were giving time under the constitution is the defense.
Yes.
Because sometimes they confront you with what you don't know. So, this issue of adequate time and facility, how does it affect this case? Because if you look at section 305 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, it ruled out every application, every until it does it not offend if you want to achieve, as Henry said, if you want to achieve a very fast trial of cases, will it not affect the right of, is there any way you can bring the right of the defense as provided in the Constitution?
No, the law is there for us. Section 305 of the Act has it been tested?
It's in court right now.
Yes, it has to be tested up to Supreme Court before we know whether they have right. Because laws can be jettisoned. It depends on
what the judiciary
to mean. You know, when you said speedy trial, every trial is speedy as long as the defense is having his acts together. If you come this way, they will tell you, no, we have this way. Then you take an adjournment and go back.
Yes.
It depends on how they call the speedy should not be in every case is speedy. Just like the one case is that.
I asked you this question because you were in prosecution
from
this office to round the whole place.
Yes, every case, every trial is speedy. It depends on the judiciary.
Yes.
Because the Attorney General will go to court when he has finished with the police and
have his evidence.
It depends on the defense to come, and that's why we even forward our evidence to the defense.
Good.
We advance.
We
did that. We front load it so that you read it. This is if we have 10 witnesses, each of them what they are going to say is
you have it with you.
Is there? You have it with you.
Yes.
Then your defense will be on that one. If there is something we've not mentioned, you mention so. So speedy, every case is speedy. You know, Joseph Ademola you mentioned was in that order because the defense did not have much to say. They were ready.
No, but you see, there's this provision in Administration of Criminal Justice, and when they say the matter should go on day to day. You remember? But the court has beginning to say that no, this day to day does not accord with the provision of the Constitution. Also, they did not take into account that the court do other businesses apart from criminal trial. You know, the prosecution are not happy about that. But in most cases, the prosecution are not ready.
Precisely, that's the position. And not the prosecution now, but the people, you start from the grassroots, the people that investigated the matter.
The police, the security agencies.
Yes, when the security agencies don't do neat work, then it become a problem to the prosecution, to the prosecutor. They would not be struggling to find a way out.
Yeah.
But if the people that investigated any matter, if they do their job very well, you front load. When you front load, the facts are there. The facts are there.
Well, we will come back to this discussion when we come back from this short break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the program. If you are just joining us, it's still Legally Speaking. I still have my guests in the studios, Prince Alwoko, my legal practitioner in Abuja, and Henry Henacho, also legal practitioner in Abuja. We are talking about the executive order, its place in our laws and practicability in the system. Gentlemen, before we went on that, we were talking about the time the prosecution not being ready and rushed to court. This is part of the delay, not necessarily on the part of the defense. But taking it a step further, can anybody complain about the time taken by the defense in the face of the provision of the Constitution for adequate time and facility? Yes, can anybody complain about it?
And nobody is supposed to complain about it. If you bring, as I said, front loading, when you front load and the defense felt that a particular thing is not supposed to be there. When the defense will counter it, the court is only there to see whether who has the superior judgment. Yeah, the court is asking, your lawyer and my lawyer will decide who has the superior judgment.
Yes.
So it's not on the part of defense or the prosecutor to complain. But let me digress a bit. Most of the things happening in Nigeria is because most of our criminal matters are done out of malice, which is wrong.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Out of malice. Because they look for what will indict you to be in court. I think the prosecution is always interested in being in court, and then they will strike out their battle or they will. How many of the people that have been in court have been convicted in the real sense of?
Yes, you wanted to say something.
Honestly, Wokoma has made a very, very serious point in this. You see, the problem in our system is the prosecutors more or less persecute.
Okay.
More prosecutors, they want to achieve, they want to see you in jail at all costs.
Or even arraigned.
Yes.
Because yeah, people take arraignment
As
almost
imprisonment.
And a case in point now.
Yes.
Is the issue area, what is going on now in the country. The Attorney General has written a letter to Inspector General of Police. Sir, Saraki, I have not seen anything that will make you succeed if you charge Saraki to court. And they insisted they will charge Saraki to court.
Yes.
Ignoring what the Minister for Justice, the Attorney General.
The authority of in issue of AG is here. In fact, they call him the AG of the South Side. Now, when you command, yes, this is a serious issue. I saw the letter.
You saw it?
Yes, I saw it. We still have a copy.
Okay.
He said police have no evidence to prosecute. Can the police go ahead?
No, the police is getting his advice from the Attorney General, either of the state or the federation.
Yes.
So if the Attorney General are breaching, it depends on who writes on his behalf, but he has written from his office. It stands so. I don't think police is insisting. I don't think they've seen that letter.
Yes,
If they see that letter, I had it on TV, but if they see that letter, they are not supposed to go ahead because their own ends with it's executive.
Okay.
Their own ends with the executive power. The court is supposed to go ahead, but the court cannot go ahead when the police tell them that, or the prosecutor tell them that, look, the Attorney General has written.
Because Henry, to be an exercise in futility, that letter is almost a nollie.
It's an advice. It's an advice.
Yeah.
If legal advice, although it's an advice, but
it's of force.
No, it's a force.
Yes.
It's a force. It's a legal advice which you give to the police or the prosecutor or not. Go ahead or don't go ahead. If the Attorney General says don't go ahead, the police have no. If that letter is written by the Attorney General, the police have the right.
Right, Henry. The greatest fear about the president's latest executive order is that it breaches the right of fair hearing. How true is that?
Of course, that you see, this executive order, I see it as upturning section 36, subsection 5.
Yes.
Says a suspect accused person is presumed innocent. But in this one, now he said you are guilty until contrary is proved.
That's right.
That is what the executive undertake to achieve. Yes.
That's why they said that.
Prince, before I forget, you see, you are not supposed to suffer any culpability.
Yeah.
If you don't do anything from a criminal allegation, until a court of competent jurisdiction says so.
Yes.
How will it balance with this purport of the executive order?
No, the executive orders follows the law. If you understand my, it has to follow the law, not the law following it.
Good.
So you say it's not so have that issue notwithstanding.
Notwithstanding means it's a military language. Notwithstanding, it's a military language. It's a military language.
What do you mean notwithstanding?
Notwithstanding, that means there is a law.
And you are saying
Notwithstanding what is there.
This man is
Automatically, that is not democracy.
okay.
That is not democracy. I don't realize that is not the first one. It's number 6 of the year. This is number 6 of the year. What happens on number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
But some people argue that the executive orders are not supposed to touch any provision of the constitution.
Not that's what we are saying. Notwithstanding means if he knows that there are laws, and these are not that.
But these are drafted by lawyers. Why is it like this?
No, it's drafted by lawyers. We assume it's drafted by lawyers. We assume so. But the reason is that the man that signs, he signed it there and showed it to us. The man that signs it has everything responsibility for it. Yes, the man that signs it.
Because people are saying that look, if that order is allowed to stand, certain part of the constitution has been suspended.
No, it can't be allowed to stand because anyway, it's in court. It's already in court.
But it's good to test this thing.
Yes.
That's the beauty of
No,
it.
you must test it because if you don't test it, like the public, like the Press Council Act,
Which is bringing a lot of trouble.
When you bring the law, they didn't even inform the people.
This is not a military era.
Yeah.
This is not a decree. Because they are trying to make those things look like decrees.
Even decrees are illegal.
They're illegal from
They are
beginning.
illegal.
They're illegal. Decrees cannot be cited as anything.
It's illegal.
It's illegal in a free society.
It's a free society.
Well, we look at all the executive order from the eyes of the Constitution. Now, at what point will it be operative?
No, it's subjudiced. It's already in court.
It's already in court.
It's already in court.
Right?
So, remember where you are.
But on the age is not too long. It's there.
What is agitating my mind is this present democratic dispensation. People are not talking about the law. They are talking about food. They are talking about the National Assembly. They are talking about detention. But they don't know that the law is the basis of democracy.
No, everything. If you don't have a law,
Why?
you have anarchy.
Why are they not talking about
No, they don't know that the law is most important. They don't know. Even that was why every family should have a lawyer.
I think so.
That every family should have a lawyer.
I think so.
At least one lawyer.
At least one lawyer.
Because a lot of people don't understand.
Many people say that corruption cannot be fought on a political platform only. It has to go down, trickle down to the basic principles of law. It's not what the president thinks. It's not what his party thinks. It's not what PDP thinks. It's not what APC thinks. It's not about sentiment. It's about hard facts and law. What is your take on that?
No, it's law. It's law. When the facts are there, the law comes in. When the other one is hearsay now, with the law frowns. When it's hearsay, it's no law. But when the facts are there, the law, there is a provision of the law.
If the president says, I have made a law that anybody I think that has stolen money, I will take his property until he proves that he did not steal the money. They say it's a reversion of the provisions of the law as regards payment.
Well, you see, when this comment was coming in, people made reference to what happened in 1983.
When the president was the
military of state. I don't think he understands the concept of rule of law. That is the problem we have with this administration.
Yes.
And he needs to be educated with concept, the meaning of rule of law.
No, he spent all his time, all his life in the military.
No,
is it 4 years that will give him a reversal?
No, but he has stood the election for 4 times. That's 16 years.
Yeah, he should have been imbibed.
Well, if he truly wants to rule us, he will have educated himself.
Or at least on the provisions of the law.
Law, yes.
Yes. But even without such formal education, he has advisors on
No democracy. No, you don't have advisors and you adapt. Yeah, advisors will mean nothing
if you don't understand
in a presidential system.
You don't get that.
You don't get that.
God will give all they decide you want to read.
No, you see what the people are saying is that this last order has exposed the quest of the administration to actually suspend the constitution. I don't know your
I agree. If you allow this to stand, others will come.
Yes. Because the issue of notwithstanding means that there's something standing already.
Yeah, there's something standing.
Which you want to circumvent. Because what they want is, if they point at somebody and say, you're a thief, you go to prison from there, nobody will ask you anything.
Because you can stop your car and say you are not supposed to be riding this car. We are laughing over it. It's not a laughing matter.
Yes.
You see, that is the starting point.
Yes.
You can stop your car, and a Brazilian custom or police officer can stop you and say you are not supposed to. You stole it.
Yes, what's your salary? But gentlemen, before we end this program, there's something honestly and earnestly I want us to talk about. What is the way forward in legal education, at least legal enlightenment in Nigeria? What we are doing here is part of it, but it's not enough.
No, it's not enough, but this is a starting point. Many more TV programs, radio programs you had them. They should invite people like us who want to talk, although they are doing, but it's very small. They should invite, and rigorously too, we should be invited.
Let's talk about it, because it's at a point when you do legal practice for a long time, you begin to notice that sometimes your brief depends on the ignorance of the client.
Very well.
And is it supposed to be like that?
No.
A man is supposed to be in full control of his transactions.
Yes.
Even his relationship with the state.
Yeah.
But it's not that 70% of all the brief we handle is either on the ignorance of the state or ignorance of the citizens.
Yes.
But these are simple things they're supposed to know.
No, ignorance, not of the state. The state knows what they're doing. It's for us to check the state from doing those things they are supposed to do.
We have to leave it here. I think we have to continue this discussion.
Yeah.
But I'll be on some other time.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
I'm grateful for your time.
Thank you for bringing me.
Well, this is how far we can go with the program. Time is at it again. But not to worry. Join us in the social media addresses on your screen right now so that the discussion will continue. But same time, same session next week, we'll meet again to talk about the law. As you do that, God bless you.